Hey everyone, this is kateschwanke and I have a requested video for you guys today. I have my son Colton here. I'll show him to you guys real quick. He's in not the best of moods. Isn't he super cute? He is about 3 weeks old in this video and he is just the cutest little guy, guys. He's super sweet and probably my easiest baby so far. So in this video, I'm pretty much just going to tell you guys about my birth story a little bit and give you guys some information on how the baby's doing and how I've been doing. You are just all over the place. He is so cute, guys. It's so weird having a newborn though because they're so small you forget how tiny they are. He was actually born at 6 pounds and 2 ounces, so he's actually 1 ounce smaller than my son Jensen was, who's my middle child now. And if you guys are new to my channel, I have 3 boys. Oh, you are not happy, are you? What's the matter? Are you hungry again? He eats like all the time. It seems like every hour and a half to 2 hours he's eating. At night, he's been getting up about 3 times. He kind of has a schedule of his own already. He's been sleeping around 7 o'clock, then waking up around 11 to eat, and then again at like 3 a.m., and then again at 6 a.m. or so. So it's been pretty much like a schedule for the last week and a half here. So I'm gonna go ahead and get to my birth story for you guys. I wish I could show him to you, but he doesn't really like facing out yet, unfortunately. So what happened with him was that I went in for my appointment on the 16th with my OB, just a regular appointment. They checked my blood pressure. It was a bit high. I don't even remember what it was, but it was more than a bit high. It was very high, and they had me lay on my side and it wasn't going down. And then they checked my urine and I had protein in it, and I also had a lot of swelling in my feet that wasn't going down. Like I had an indent from my sandal in my foot for well over an hour. So they sent me over to labor and delivery to be induced, which is actually my 3rd induction with my children. And I was so hoping and praying I'd be able to make it through this time and have a normal delivery and a normal birth and experience my water breaking all by myself, and that didn't happen again. But this is our last baby, so I'll never get that opportunity, but it's okay. He just spit up all over my shoulder. You little cutie, what are you doing? Blech. Gross. This is what happens when you have a baby in a video. Let's see if I can find a burp cloth. So anyways, after I went over to labor and delivery, they did a really slow induction. Like, it started at around 4 p.m. And they put in one of those balloon things to open up my cervix a little bit because I was only at like a 1.5 centimeters dilated. So this isn't going well. Sorry guys, it looks like baby's hungry, so we're gonna go ahead and do this. Sorry guys, I had to stop to nurse because he was getting really fussy. And I did feed him before this, he's just always hungry. So anyways, and if you're wondering, this is a Baby Olay nursing scarf. They're amazing, super soft, and just super cute. I love these. And they pack well in a diaper bag. But anyways, so they put that balloon thing in my cervix to open it up a little bit. And that was in for a long time. It seems like even well into the next day. As I mentioned, they were doing a very slow induction. So they started out with that. And some point they gave me this medicine because they were telling me, I was telling them that my contractions were getting really painful and getting really close together. They're like, oh, well, we can put this into your drip and it'll take off the edge of your pain. I'm like, oh, that sounds good. I'm all for epidurals and not being in pain. So they gave me this thing in my drip, and within about 4 seconds of having it in my IV, I was like, hey, is this supposed to make me feel drowsy? They're like, oh yeah, I can have that effect. And within like 3 seconds after I asked that question, I was out, like completely out of it. And I was up here and there over a few hours of time, like just in and out of consciousness, because I don't do well with drugs that make me feel sleepy. It just completely knocks me out. So at some point while I was on that, they put in the Pitocin into my drip. And then that's when labor really started, I guess. But there's a lot of it that I just don't really remember because I was so sleepy. And that was even well into the next day. Even after I had him, I was still feeling very sleepy from that drug. But at some point I did ask for an epidural and I got it. And I was very happy after that. When it did come time to push, it was about, he was actually born at 10:28 a.m. on the 17th. So May 17th of 2017 he was born. So all of my kids' birthdays are actually really easy to remember because they were all born on days that kind of sound like that. So that's pretty awesome. But he was actually, they kept asking me if I felt like I was having pressure or if I felt like I needed to push. And I was like, yeah, I think I feel some pressure. And they're like, oh yeah, he's right there. You want to feel? And I'm like, okay. So I could feel his head was already there. It was crazy. So I really only pushed like 3 times with him and he came out, and I think that's just, and that's actually how Jensen was born too, my second child. He was there within about 3 pushes as well. So I don't know, I guess it's just the second and third child. The more kids you have, the easier birth goes. So it was very simple, and I didn't actually have any complications. I didn't have any tearing. I didn't have any problems with my bottom or anything like that. It was a real blessing to be able to have a baby and not have any issues. With my first son, I actually had a 4th-degree tear, which was awful. And with my second, I only tore a little bit, but I had some bottom issues. This one, it was a breeze. Probably the hardest part for me was being at the hospital alone so much. My husband had to go home and take care of our other 2 kids a lot. And so I'd say about 90% of the time I was alone in the hospital, which was really lonely and very boring. Besides having the baby come and the nurses coming in and out, like so much. But other than that, that's pretty much my birth story. It was really quite uneventful. So I was very thankful for that though. And I think he's finally done. So I'll let you guys see him one more time. I'm sorry I was busy nursing for most of this. There has been only one small complication with breastfeeding so far, and that was that he has a tongue tie, which I actually experienced with my second son Jensen too. He had a tongue and lip tie, so nursing was painful and I was getting a lot of clogged milk ducts and things. I have had less trouble with him, except for the pain that I have because of the latch situation. But we're actually getting that revised this week, actually tomorrow. By the time this is posted, it'll have already happened, but I'm really looking forward to being more comfortable, and I'm looking forward to him being able to get as much as he needs from me. But he is gaining. He is at currently about 7 pounds, and he was born at 6 pounds 2 ounces. And then when we left the hospital, he was at 5 pounds 10 ounces. So he's been gaining. I know he's getting enough, but I think for both of us, it'll just be more comfortable when he gets his tongue tie revised. So I'm gonna go ahead and bring him back out for you guys. So here he is. Hopefully you guys will be able to see him okay. He's feeling a bit sleepy after nursing, but here he is. He's got a little bit of baby acne right now, but he's seriously the cutest, and he's starting to get really filled out. Like, he's starting to get chubby cheeks and his hair's growing. He's just the cutest, guys. I'm in love. So there he is. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe while you're here. I'm gonna try and get some more videos out soon, but it is very difficult right now. With summertime, all 3 of my kids are home. My mom is here. It's just getting really hard to make videos. But I'm trying really hard to get them out for you. Love this little guy. Anyways, thanks for watching.